I told my wife no, I'm not going on family holiday with your family. I always put my wife and her family first. I moved to my wife's hometown because she wanted to be closer to hers. Now her family and mine are total opposites. I'm an only child, she's the eldest of 3. My extended family is 4 people including me, hers is 30 plus. My family are introverted and don't drink, hers are super extroverts and booze whenever they can. My parents are disabled, hers are healthy. Honestly, my family are boring and hers are fun, and I've gotten used to it, and it's horrible to say, but because of being around them so much I prefer hanging out with her family than I do my own. I always do what she wants. I'm a pushover, but happy wife happy life, right? Even if it's something I don't want to do, I do it to make her happy. First dance at our wedding? Terrified, and I didn't want to do one. I don't like being the center of attention. She cried and I caved in. Christmas? Her family is large, so have a big fun party on Christmas Day, and mine small and boring, so she doesn't want to be there. Where to live? She wanted to be close to her family, so now mine's a 3-hour drive away and I hardly see them except for birthdays. Well, this year it's her grandma's 70th, her mum's 50th and my 30th birthday, so her family have planned a huge family holiday of 25 plus people to be away for 3 weeks to celebrate everyone's birthdays. The catch is it's not on anyone's birthday except mine. We'd fly home one day after my birthday. Obviously my parents want to see me on my 30th and have said they're upset because as usual I'm pandering to her family as always and they're being left out again. I want to spend time with my family, especially as I only really see them on birthdays. I'm used to their boringness, but to do that apparently I'm ruining her family trip. But if I go on the trip I'm putting my family second again and further damaging that relationship. My parents are older and disabled and my gran has early onset dementia, so they don't have much time in comparison to hers. We can't get a shorter holiday, we can't go at another time of the year because of work and school commitments. So I told her no. For the first time ever I told her no. I'm not going. You can, but I'm staying here. I'm an adult, I want to spend my birthday with my family. To which she replied, I am your family, then stormed off, and she's not taking it too well. She's acting like a spoiled child, crying, screaming, calling her mum to say she can't go now because I'm not going, so now her family think I'm a massive dick and none of them can see that I have another side to my family. She's packed a bag since I started writing this and she says she's going to stay at her mum's until I can make up my mind what's more important, my family or hers. I have no idea what to do. I just needed to vent.
Relevant comment. You/art needs more fluff. You need to send out a group email/text to all her family. I love my wife and I love her family, but I love my family too. I agreed to move to my wife's hometown and be 3 hours away from my family because it was important to her. I agreed to go to her family Christmases every year because it was important to her, even though I miss my parents and they are sad they never get to spend Christmas with us. Still, my parents, my grandmother, and my wife and I have had the tradition of spending my birthday with my parents. While this family vacation is a nice thought, it comes at the price of damaging my relationship with my parents, and that is a price I refuse to pay. While I love my wife and my in-laws and I respect and encourage their relationship, I am saddened that they do not show the same care and respect to me and to my relationship with my parents. I offered to let my wife go alone on this vacation, but she refuses and has left our marital home to stay with her parents to try to force me to abandon my parents. I am appalled at her selfishness and at your enablement of her selfishness. I am hurt at your lack of empathy to my desire to spend time with my parents and gran are not in the best of health and to make joyful memories with them while I can. I am hurt that you refuse to acknowledge that I too have a family I care for and love besides you. I will not be attending your family vacation and anyone who tries to scold or berate me for this will be blocked.
Update. Wow, I only wanted a place to vent, didn't expect such a response. Just to clear a few things up. I love my wife and I'm not going to divorce her over this. She does so much for me and is normally a kind and loving person. We've been together 6 years, married 18 months. We don't have kids but are trying. We live in the UK and the reason why we can't go at any other time is because of the UK laws on taking children out of school during term time for holidays, so it's been planned during the autumn break so the parents don't get fined. I woke up this morning to the following text from her mum. Do you know how disappointed I am in you right now? It's not even that you're not coming away for my birthday, it's the fact that you're not supporting my daughter. You know how important family is to her. You know how much she wants to come, and you telling her to go on her own is not being supportive. You've put a full stop to it all. I don't get what your issue is? It's one thing then another? And she can't do right for wrong in trying. It's supposed to be a lovely family holiday for my 50th. It's made me even more determined to stand my ground. I think I'm going to take the advice of you/art needs more fluff and send her mum my reasoning. They seem to forget I have parents too. I just don't want to be hated. This holiday is 8 months away and I don't want 8 months of hate, especially when we live in such close proximity. Update 2. Last night my wife and I went out for dinner, my idea so we could speak, and I hoped being in a public place would make her less likely to scream/cry etc. I told her all the advice that I had read on here and showed her the text I received from her mum. She listened to everything I had to say, and I could see her physically cringe when she read the text. She apologized for the way she had acted and said she hadn't even considered it from my POV. I told her what one Redditor had said, "Sorry, so many comments I can't remember a name. If we're doing this for 30, 50, 70, what's going to happen at 40, 60, 80, or 50, 70, 90? Are we going to have this spoilt child situation when she's nearly 40, or are we going to leave it behind now in her 20s? She told me her family had all got together to book the trip the night she left, and she felt shitty because I said we weren't going, so now no one had booked until I'd finished throwing my toys out the pram. I told her I didn't say we can't go, I said I wasn't going but she could. I ignored the toys/pram comment as that pissed me off. I reminded her that her mum's actual birthday was 2 weeks before we fly and her nan's birthday is in 2 weeks from now. She'll get to spend time with them, have a party etc. on the actual day, and that's something I want for myself too. I don't want to be away from my family in a different country with 25 plus people I don't know that well on my 30th. I want to do something with my family over my birthday before it's too late. My mum's health is rapidly deteriorating and she can't do much as it is, and who knows how long my gran has before this dementia really sets in. My mum's always talked about doing a Baltic cruise/see the Northern Lights for my gran's 80th, but that's still 2 years away, and I honestly don't think in 2 years either of them will be in any fit state, so I suggested we do it for my 30th instead. My wife seemed keen and pulled up some dates. There's one that leaves 3 days before my birthday and comes back 3 days after, perfect timing. We called my mum to ask and she sounded delighted. She herself hadn't even considered how my gran would be at 80 and thought it would be a lovely trip to make memories on. We then went to her mum's house. No apology or anything from her, but you can't win everything. To tell her together we weren't going for the 3 weeks, but my wife had found, a 1-week booking that coincided with their 3-week trip in a hotel that was just down the beach, same chain/resort, just a different building. Enough distance to have our own break but still include the family for evening meals etc. No one had even suggested looking at shortened dates, and I hadn't even considered it until I read so many comments saying just come back sooner. All in all, I'm going to take this as a win. I don't think my bank balance will though. She's seen me put my foot down and mean it. I'm not going to let have her way all the time at my own detriment. I've not caved for an easier life, and together we found a peaceful solution. My family haven't been excluded and are so excited. My mum's like a kid at Christmas, and hers are well, happy they can book now, and at least the a-hole SIL is only there for a week. Hopefully, as it's not for 8 months, they might forget. Man shrugging light skin tone? Screw the happy wife happy life mentality. I've never heard happy spouse happy house before, but I think I'll be using that mantra from now on. Like you all said, it's a two-way street, give and take, compromise. Thanks to everyone for the advice and support.